Greetings, my name is Russ. I am creating this video for two purposes. One, to hopefully just kind of get myself noticed, and hopefully I'm a substitute teacher looking for a full-time job. And the second, I'm very interested in the concept of what's called flipping the classroom, where we do things a little bit differently by using some technology. And so this is an example of that. We are going to be bisecting an angle using the Geometer Sketchpad today. So for what it's worth, here's the video. Okay, on the left you'll see just a piece of electronic paper, and the right you'll see the Geometer Sketchpad software. We'll be using a compass and a straight edge. Sometimes a straight edge looks like a ruler, but it is just a straight edge for drawing lines. We never measure with the straight edge. So again, on the left-hand side here with this grid, we just have a piece of electronic paper that I can draw on, but it's very hard to be neat. With the tools I'm using, it's very hard to be neat. So we'll do it there first, and it'll be sloppy, but you'll get the idea. And then we'll move over to the right-hand side here to this software, and we'll use the Geometer Sketchpad to do it in a much neater way. Alright, so if we're going to bisect an angle, we need to draw an angle. So I need a pen. Alright, there's one of our rays. There's the vertex, and there's our second ray. Now we have an angle. And we'll draw the vertex. If we get the right pen. There we go. There's our vertex. And then, of course, I'm going to place the point of my compass on the vertex, and I'm going to strike arcs. All right, this is called striking an arc. So I leave the compass at the same distance, and from the vertex to those two hashes are my arcs. Now I should label my vertex as A, and the intersection of the hash and the ray is B, and the intersection of the second hash and that ray is C. Now I'm going to place the point of my compass on A. Excuse me, the point of my compass on there you go. The point of my compass is going to go on B, and then I'm going to keep the same setting on the compass, strike my arc, and then I'm going to leave the same setting on my compass, put the point on C, there it is, and I'm going to strike my second arc crossing the first arc. The intersection of those 2 points, or those two marks, is going to be point D. So let's mark point D. What's I have to do is draw a line through A and through D, and I have bisected my angles. Now this angle is congruent to this angle. They have the same measure. Now obviously it's very hard for me to draw neatly with the tools I'm using here. So now let's look at Geometer Sketchpad. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to pick my segment tool, and I'm going to draw myself an angle. Much neater. Very good. Okay, label that point. Label my vertex A. Okay, now this is called the compass tool. Now the compass tool in Geometry Sketchpad actually draws a full circle. Striking an arc is just a part of a circle. So with the Geometry Sketchpad tool, that's equivalent to striking an arc. Okay. Now let me mark. This would be my striking my arc, just like I did in my drawing. So there's my two hash marks at B and C. So now we need to label those. We need to mark those points. And let's go ahead and pick the label tool. We'll label that B. We'll label that C. Now I need my compass tool again. And I need to verify that I need to strike the same distance from B and from C. So I know the distance from B to A is the same as from C to A. So I'm going to use that to strike an arc from B, and then I'm going to strike the same distance from A. So now if I look over here to the right, this is just like my striking my arcs from C out to, and there I have determined my point D. So I'm going to mark the point, and then we'll label it. So now all I have to do is draw my line from A to D, and I have bisected my angle. So we've pretty much done the same thing as we did over here on the left, but we can do we can make this a little neater, and we can actually do a little exploration. So first thing we need to do to make this neater is we just need to hide those circles. Guess I have to do them one at a time. All right. All right, so now our drawing on the right and our drawing on the left look a lot alike, don't they? Just the one on the right is done a lot more neatly. Now there's a neat feature here in Geometer Sketchpad. All right, we're going to select point B, point A, and point D. I'm not sure if I got D there in my hash marks. I should have used a different color. Yeah, I gotta redo that. Let me try one more time here. Pick B, and then A, and then D. We got this neat little tool that we can measure that angle. So the measure of angle BAD is 21.55 degrees. Well, let's repeat that process and go from D to A and then C. And let's measure. All right, and lo and behold, it is the same, which is what we want, because we bisected an angle. That means divide into two equal pieces. But let's check from B to A and then to C. And let's measure that. And sure enough, it's twice, or 21.55 plus 21.55 is 43.10. There is our bisected angle.